Welcome all to episode 2 of our ZeroHP podcast. This is Ian. I got Kevin with me.
What up?
As always. And we got another guest. Mason, what's up, man?
Special
Hello.
guest.
Welcome,
Thank
bro.
you guys. Thank you guys for having me.
No one knows who you are.
Yeah, well, I'm no one. So.
I am no one.
No one knows who
But
we
I
are
am
either, so
everyone.
it's okay.
Yeah.
Sounds like some fucking like character from Skyrim. I am no one. But I am everyone.
From elsewhere.
Yeah. Oh yeah. He's a Khajiit. He's a fucking Khajiit.
Mike knows many things.
Yeah.
No, but you guys have been doing this for a while.
Yeah.
And I appreciate you having me on.
Hell yeah, man.
I don't know, like...
Adds some new flavor.
This is only our
man.
second episode, bro.
I'm about as vanilla as it gets.
You're
Dude.
Dude, there's a reason vanilla is a popular flavor, man. It's like the most popular flavor. So this is our second podcast. So we got some gaming news we're going to go over, which we'll do at some point, but I don't know how long this will be. Probably not an hour and 40 like the last one.
I'm not.
There was a lot of
Let's
fucking
go.
ground to cover.
Hey, we had to break some ground, you know.
Yeah.
Like, we were just like the initial opening day ceremony.
Should
Yeah.
I just do the rest of the podcast?
Yeah, yeah. Oh my god, we would lose so many viewers.
February, guys. We have. Okay, well, I don't
Sound like a
wanna
South Park
Christ.
character. There.
Well, that guy from Family Guy.
Yeah, there you
I
go.
had some Oreos out. And
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
so
God.
ready.
It's uncanny.
Let's start the way we always start. What are you guys, Mason? What are you playing right now? You playing any games?
Well, most recently, I wanted to talk about last night.
Oh yeah.
The three of us
Dude.
and one
Last night
other
was so good.
unknown character got together and played some Battlefield 1.
Fuck
Oh
it.
okay. Why'd you have to ruin it for everybody there?
I wasn't sure if you were talking about Battlefield 1 or
Oh, no, I didn't mean no. I meant pre.
that was a Battlefield
you know what I'm
internet.
saying?
So,
Yeah.
okay.
I didn't mean the chicken
That's a
nuggets.
joke.
I mean, the chick.
But no, Battlefield more recently, I would say, as of last night, we had a good time.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
We got together and we played for 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, dude.
Probably.
Yeah, we did.
We had like a bit of like a reawakening moment.
Yeah.
You know, like
We really did.
because we were just getting our ass kicked and like not paying attention and
Yeah,
goofing off.
It started off kind of good on that desert Suez Canal.
Yeah.
And
I
my
mean-
god, it felt like a fucking war. Like,
Yeah.
Crazy.
We were like popping our heads over the sand dunes and just instantly getting dropped.
Just everyone around you was just getting cut down like
Yeah, no.
grass.
I think 2 or 3 games in, though, to Operation, we all kind of lost it. Just 'cause
Yeah.
we were getting our asses kicked. Once we started playing Domination, though, it really picked up. I think our morale as a team went up.
We're better at infantry stuff
Yeah.
than
Oh,
we
yeah.
are with
Yeah.
vehicles for sure.
Because we, on the last map, on the Monte Grappa map, where we're just getting bombed by fucking these like
Level 100.
these like ace pilots and shit. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? I'm like,
Drop a grenade in my pants
they,
from my.
they literally had air superiority. It was crazy. Like they were so good.
It's cool
at
that the game
playing,
is balanced in that kind of realistic
Yeah.
way.
But more recently, nothing new has really been grabbing my attention. I'm 30 hours into Skyrim Remastered
Oh, that's
on
fun.
PlayStation 4,
Yeah.
which is, it's Skyrim, more Skyrim. Final Fantasy 15, 10 or 15 hours I put in, and then
Nice.
I realized I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
I didn't even-
You're not alone.
I
had to
have
catch
no
a
idea
fish.
you
Nobody
even
knows what's
own
happening.
Final
I had
Fantasy
to-
15.
Yeah, well, my brother gave it to me
Oh,
for Christmas
okay.
because he talked it up, and
Yeah.
turns out it's not as good as he said it was.
You're like, it's still kind of
I
Japanese.
spent like 2 hours trying to catch a fish, and then the cat didn't want the fish, so I was like, "Fuck you!" And I just went and played Skyrim.
the cat
I'm
didn't want
about
the
as
fish.
confused as you are
Yeah,
sounding right now.
it's just, but anyway, I'm more excited about what's coming out soon. But I'm sure we'll talk about that.
Oh,
so you
yeah,
guys go
probably,
ahead.
yeah.
Ian, what are you playing?
I'm still playing a shit ton of Elder Scrolls. I didn't get to play like a game at all this week, hardly. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a crazy week. My mom's been out of town, so I had to like watch her house and shit.
Yeah.
So I've been, when I get a chance, I pop into to Elder Scrolls Online. Just been playing that. Whether I'm running with Tim, running dungeons, or just by myself, I'm so fucking close to finishing the main story.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I'm real close.
Dude,
I've got like 80 hours in that game.
That's what I'm saying.
How
You
long
haven't
it
finished
took
it
me.
yet. That's crazy.
There's a lot. It's a long fucking
Yeah,
game, man.
for sure.
There's
That's
a lot
sick.
there. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so this is my first like MMO bug that I've
Yeah.
caught.
Oh, yeah.
I
That's
didn't grow
cool.
up much of a PC gamer as a kid.
Yeah. I get that. I'm glad that you are. That's the one thing I've always wished you had, like growing up, because like most of our group kind of had
had
that that MMO. Like, oh man, we love MMOs, and I'm glad you got that.
I think it took a mixture of one. I didn't grow up with great PCs,
Yeah.
and two, it's Elder Scrolls, which is like my thing. You know, so it's like that combination.
That's good.
It's basically just like a giant Elder Scrolls game.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
So,
really
and then, listen, I just beat Mass Effect 2 last night.
Oh, yeah.
Fuck
You guys
yeah.
were playing
On
through
to
Mass
the
Effect.
third one, which
Yeah.
I've only played once.
Which I haven't even beaten.
Yeah, that's right.
Which
That's
is,
right.
yeah,
I've not
I
beaten
played 1 and 2 very thoroughly, and then I never beat 3 for whatever reason.
Dude.
I gotta go back.
I wish is actually probably like, I think it's like 2 is my personal favorite.
Yeah.
But I think 3 is probably objectively the best game.
Oh, yeah.
Overall,
Everyone
I think
bitches about the ending or whatever,
Yeah.
but as a game,
overall game, yes, I definitely think Bioware does this all the time.
every one of their franchises.
The first game
Dragon
is
Age.
that's what I said. The
Fucking-
first game is so story driven and like
And
RPG
RPG, pure RPG.
Yeah, and then the second game is like pure action.
Too much.
Yeah,
It's like, where
so
did my
too
fucking
much.
roleplay
Yeah.
go?
Right.
And then the third one is like a good combination of both.
Right.
So yeah, I think the third game was a great combination of the first Mass Effect and the second Mass Effect. And ending aside, overall, I think it was the best game of the trilogy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. Just pretty much my favorite moment in the whole 3 series was just like once you've done all of those loyalty missions, like doing that suicide mission,
God.
Yeah.
assigning the leaders
Yes,
of your
that-
teams,
yep.
and like
Mhm.
just seeing the culmination of all of the hours of your gameplay
pressure.
put into effect like that is
Yeah.
so cool.
Absolutely.
Plus, they're such good writers.
Plus,
man.
they had some of my favorite characters in that universe. They have like Thane, Krios, and they had
Thane,
Legion.
Garrus, Legion,
Yeah,
Grunt,
yeah, Grunt.
Jack. There's so
love them
that
all.
cast is insane.
Yeah.
Man. Oh, it's so good, so good. Yeah, that's pretty much the only 2 games that I'm playing right now. How about you,
Sick,
bro?
man. Overwatch, Battlefield, of course, but I recently just picked up Rise: Son of Rome on Steam.
yes.
It was like $5 on
Yeah.
Steam,
Yeah.
so I was like, oh shit! I'm
Really
gonna
good
buy-
game.
Yeah,
Really fun
I started
game.
playing. I'm like, oh my god,
Beautiful.
I was like,
yeah.
it looks
It was
really
it was a
good.
tech demo for the Xbox One.
Oh,
Yeah. Oh
Absolutely.
god, yes. It was amazing. It looks so beautiful, and the gameplay itself is really cool looking because it feels like God of War.
Yeah.
You know, like, but with like it's not overly unrealistic and over the top gory.
Like,
Yeah.
God of War is like it's all about. It's very
Right.
fantastical.
Right, exactly. So this one's more like ingrained with like realism.
Sure.
So and I love it. It's been really fun so far. Sometimes you need that mindless hack and slash
Right.
game in your life. You know.
No, yeah.
This is-
Absolutely.
I do
This
feel
is
like it got a little repetitive.
Oh, I was just gonna
like
say
all the
you,
models are
yeah.
the same.
you start
Oh,
to
yes.
learn. There's
Yeah.
only like 4 or 5 execution combos. you
Yes,
can do, and
yeah, and then you learn the combos. And
It's
all
a
that
classic launch game. It looks
Yeah.
pretty. It
Yeah.
plays pretty well.
Stuff. Yeah,
looks great though. Looks
Yeah.
My God, dude.
beautiful game.
yeah. So that's I've been playing that. I'm enjoying it. So
Yeah, I don't know that they're gonna make another one because
Yeah.
Crytek has been in a lot of shit.
yeah,
They
They
fired
laid-
a bunch
yeah,
of
they
people.
laid off a lot of
Yeah.
people,
So I don't know that we're gonna get a sequel. I wanted a sequel from that game because I
Yeah.
felt like, okay,
It has
cool.
potential.
That proved itself, and now they could go and like make a full on.
Right.
yeah.
Right,
I think
right,
It has
right.
potential for
Yeah, I'm really
a
building on
good
that.
maybe.
That's cool that you're
trilogy.
playing that though.
Yeah.
It's a fun game.
So I'm playing that. I've been thinking about. I haven't played this, but I've been wanting to play the Metro Redux series this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Metro.
I played the first Metro all the way up to about like mid game, and then I just never got past it because that game is fucking hard.
It's really hard,
Yeah,
and
I was
like you don't really know where to go.
Yeah, exactly. I'm like, this game is like your currency is bullets in that game, and you're using bullets to like kill all these. I'm like, it's so hard, but it's a lot of fun. The Redux I heard is beautiful though.
Yeah, when that came out on Xbox One, Ian was showing me a little bit of it.
Yeah.
Maybe 1 or 2 hours. It was
Yeah.
like a year ago though.
That was a while
It
back.
was a while
Yeah.
back you showed me, but looked great.
I never
Yeah.
kept playing it. I enjoyed it,
Yeah,
but it was just sort of like, I don't know. It's just what I just. It was one of those games, you know, like you ever gotten to the point where you're like, okay, I'm either going to devote myself to this game
Yeah.
for the next
Right.
40 hours,
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
I'm going to stop here.
yeah,
it's a
And
good
I
point.
made the subconscious decision. I started playing something else,
yeah.
but
Yeah.
had no reason. Like it wasn't a bad thing. I
No,
hated
not at all.
the
Yeah.
game.
It's a great game. Yeah,
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. So super interesting.
yeah.
Super interesting story and all.
Very
that,
cool.
so.
Yeah. It's based off of a series of books. Did you know that?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's
Okay.
I think it's actually pretty accurate to the books too.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
So yeah, those are the games that
Hell yeah.
we're playing or I'm playing right now.
We're getting close. For Honor's coming out here in a little bit. We're all getting it on Xbox apparently.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
yeah. I discussed this with Ian, and we went through a process of elimination of kind of like who do we want to play with, and who's not going to play it. Blah,
who can we not trust?
Yeah, and who can we trust not to be a troll? So...
God damn it, Jeff.
God, I was like, are we name dropping? Can we name drop?
But,
I don't think Jeff listens to anything we do,
so...
shout out to you, Jeff.
Yeah, I know, right?
For being a piece of shit.
Meanwhile, everyone who listens to this who doesn't know any of our group, what the fuck are these guys talking about?
No, but they'll come to learn that when we say the word, Jeff, it's more of an idea.
Yeah, it's a concept, an idea.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, I say Nazi, and you think...
You think Jeff.
Yeah.
Wait, is that where you were going with that?
No. Mason just jumped in and called him a Nazi.
I thought we were on...
I was just saying,
take over.
There are certain words that just have an instantaneous meaning. Right. If I say dude bro...
You think Call of Duty.
You have an emotional response.
You think Call of Duty.
So you guys don't know that we're going to implant thoughts in your brain about Jeff.
Subliminal
and what that means.
But you'll grow to hate him.
Many hours of podcasts will say Jeff, and they'll be like, fucking Jeff.
Yeah, no, right.
They've never met him in their life.
But, so we're deciding to get on Xbox because, for one, all of us have the Xbox.
Right, everyone has one, yep.
And so, we're going to play it. You have some coworkers that you want to play with.
Yep.
It just seems like the best choice. We might as well just play. And
we all have gold.
And you know what? Yeah, we all have gold. And you know what? I want to play this. I feel like if it's a good game, I feel like I can play it a lot and get good at it. And I feel like I dedicate myself.
One's going to be... if it doesn't suck, if it's not a shitty game, so we'll just, for the sake of argument, say it's a good game.
Yeah.
It's only going to be as good as much time as you put into it.
Yeah.
Right.
Because if you take a week break off it, you're going to get your ass kicked.
Yeah.
I feel like it's one of those honed,
yes,
reaction time games. So we're probably going to suck at first.
Well, we always do.
Ian, you're the only one of us three who's actually played it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. Not to dive down that rabbit hole.
That's what podcasts are for, dude. That's what I was telling those guys last week. I was like, they're like, oh, well, maybe we shouldn't. Who gives a fuck?
Who gives a fuck? We'll go for 3 hours. We'll go for 3 hours.
All right.
We're not Neil deGrasse Tyson.
Jeff's not a Nazi. We're not going to go 3 hours. Mason is jumping the gun.
I know, right?
I'm excited, guys.
We're not Neil deGrasse Tyson. We can't just talk forever.
But we could be.
But what are your original? I know you already did a video, but just kind of sum it up for.
Well, Mason, dude, plug right there. Yeah. We have a video. It's all game footage that I captured on Twitch from the closed beta. They're doing an open beta.
Yeah,
soon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
well, it has to be.
I didn't come prepared with the dates because
comes out on the
terrible
28th. 28th.
It comes out on the 14th.
Or is that Horizon?
Horizon comes out on the 28th.
Okay, we'll get there.
For Honor comes out on the 14th.
Okay.
Valentine's Day.
Dude, I don't have anybody, so I can just play.
Horizon and jerk off.
No,
I do have some.
Or I meant.
And when I was showing Alyssa all the trailers for it.
Yeah.
And she was loving it because she's totally into Warriors and all that. And I was showing her all the trailers last week, and she was like, "When does this come out?" And I'm like, "Oh." Comes out on Valentine's Day.
Oh my god!
Can we just play that on Valentine's Day? Let's just play the campaign on Valentine's Day.
Dude, wait, doesn't she have an Xbox?
All right, buying the wedding ring.
Doesn't she have an Xbox?
No, I sold it.
Oh, you sold it.
We have two. Okay. We have two.
Yeah.
For those of you who are hearing, we had two. She likes to watch games.
Yeah.
Because she kind of sucks at games.
Yeah. Wasn't she into Dragon Age for a while?
Oh, that's one game that she can play.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to watch her play because I want to talk.
Frustrating.
Well, no, it's not because she sucks. She sucks at most games.
Yeah.
But she's good at a few games. She's actually pretty good at Dragon Age.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to watch because we just have different play styles.
Yeah.
She tries the 100 everything.
She's a 100 person.
Yeah.
And most, I feel like a lot of people are. I feel like I'm actually a minority.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I have to do 100. People who have that OCD didn't like. It's not they didn't like Witcher, but they were like, I don't know that I can do it because I'm OCD.
That's exactly my point.
To me, it's about the story, and it's Geralt wouldn't be in these woods for 10 years while he's looking for
somebody's notebook
doesn't make any sense.
That's my problem. Is I get overwhelmed. When I play an MMO, for example, World of Warcraft. When I get into a new area, I feel anxiety.
Yeah.
I feel so overwhelmed. I'm like, I want to do every quest in here. I want to collect everything, and I'm like,
if it's good, I'll play it. So for me, Witcher, all the content, you couldn't tell the difference between the main story content and the side content. Anyway,
you really
couldn't. So good. Yeah, so good. So that one, I played 150 hours on my first playthrough, which I don't normally do. I usually play big games like that twice.
Yeah.
One just blow through it, and then again to really take my time.
Yeah.
But Dragon Age Inquisition, the story was good. The side quests were shit.
Yeah.
Go collect 18 pairs of boots. No, fuck you. I'm the fucking Inquisitor. Like, I have to save the world from mass destruction. I don't need to run around and collect boots or weeds for the next 40 hours.
Or weeds.
So it just doesn't grab me. I don't
Yeah.
feel like the need to do that.
Yeah.
Totally off topic.
Yeah, but yeah. So back to the topic. Like, so you guys are gonna get it on the 14th.
Yep.
I'm gonna get it on the 14th.
Yep.
Oh yeah, no, I'll absolutely.
I feel
go.
like
But
I'll
I
probably
mean,
be
you're
playing
gonna
a
get on the
single player for a
14th.
while.
But are you gonna be playing?
Look, man, look. Let me tell you.
The 14th falls on a Tuesday, so I don't know.
Oh, you know what? In case she listens to this,
She won't.
she might. I don't know.
She might
Hi,
with Mason
Cassie.
with Mason being
With
here,
me
she
being
might-
here,
yeah,
she's gonna
so-
make sure I'm not,
Yeah.
like
Saying
dropping,
some
shit.
saying
Okay.
some shit,
Yeah.
Okay.
talking about my sex life.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'll probably get it.
Yeah.
Probably won't play it on the 14th. I'll work some kind of bribe in
God damn it,
there.
Cassie. God damn it.
Yeah, I'll work a bribe in there. That way, hopefully.
No, I totally get that. I don't expect anybody to play it, but
No.
yeah. If there's I heard that there is a single player campaign. That's gonna be interesting.
Yeah.
Like, might
Really?
try that a little
Is
bit.
Yeah, I've heard it's kind of like Dynasty Warriors. I've actually heard
Yeah.
it's not very good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But
Awkward.
that, I mean, who knows?
Yeah, I mean,
That's
We'll
just
see.
kind of rumor. I'm excited.
Yeah.
I think regardless of whether the story's good, I think it's going to be a cool way to play. It's probably every class. I'm
Oh
assuming.
yeah.
yeah.
So that's cool. It's going to be
Yeah,
like a demo. It's basically going to be like a
Yeah,
some
just
little
like
tech demo of the whole game.
kind of an intro to each class or whatever.
Mhm.
But I think we pretty much all decided that we're going to stick with our ethnic backgrounds.
It's so funny. Where do you land?
they don't have farmers.
Yeah.
For
pitchforks and
Hey,
shit.
man,
They
there's
don't,
farmers in every culture.
The
so.
redneck class didn't exist.
Well, Vikings are getting are pushing that a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of rape though.
A lot of rape.
A lot of rape.
though.
Yeah, I mean, rape, incest. I
A
mean,
lot of rape. Hey, a lot of that now.
Yeah, no, right.
well, I'm saying rednecks.
I mean, yeah, no, you're not wrong. I mean, I've from what I've heard from the beta,
Yeah,
they're not balanced very well.
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
yeah.
Depending-
in my
maybe depending on the player.
experience,
yeah.
it depends on you. There's two ways to look at it. You can be like, well, they're not all perfectly. They don't. It's more like rock paper scissors.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Okay.
you're right. There is a time where you will go 1-on-1 with a class that it just matches with yours way better, and you're gonna
Yeah.
get your fucking ass kicked.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not balanced. It's true, but they're all the classes are pretty true to what they're supposed to be. Like I played as the Peacekeeper a lot, which is like the Knight's Assassin.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, anytime I go up against some big rumbling dude, I kick their ass because
Yeah.
they're like they can't. Even, their hits are so obvious.
Right,
I
right.
just dodge and just destroy them. They were not ready for my speed.
But there isn't one race that overpowers.
but the Peacekeeper has daggers, right?
right.
So then when I would play the Nobushi, which is one of the samurais, and she has a naginata, which is like a katana spear, basically.
Okay.
I can't get in there. I have to be right up in your face
Right,
to
yeah.
stab you with these,
Close
and
that
then
distance, yeah.
and then leave. And I can't fight. I die. I've never killed a Nobushi ever.
Yeah.
It kills me every time. So yeah, it's not balanced, but I think it's intentional.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, that makes
So you
sense.
have to kind
Yeah,
of
that
roam,
makes
and if you're playing like in the Domination or Dominion, whatever it's called, which is like 4v4, you can't go anywhere alone. You can't.
Yeah.
There is no winning a 1-2
Yeah.
ever.
Which will help
Yeah.
with team.
So you have to
based.
be like in a buddy system. So
Yeah.
at that point, then you're thinking, oh, I would suggest before you even open the game, pick a buddy and then pick your classes based on who your buddy is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you have a peacekeeper and a big guy, peacekeeper and a lawbringer, and
Yeah.
you guys are unstoppable at that point.
Right.
So it's just
That's
it's
a good
almost
idea.
like an RTS.
Yeah.
Or like a strategy game where you
Like
have
a
the rock,
MOBA,
paper,
or like a
scissors.
MOBA,
or
like
like Shogun.
Yeah.
Shogun Total War is like
Yeah.
probably the most traditional strategy as far as
Yeah.
archers beat
Samurai.
you know what I mean? Like
yeah.
and cavalry beat that and spearmen beat. So like it's one rock paper scissors kind of a thing. I think it's a lot like that. So yeah, it's not balanced in a traditional sense. Sometimes you're.
But
just gonna be
that's partially why like so many games are successful, like Overwatch or League of Legends. Like each hero is unique to their own abilities.
Right.
But one hero
It's all about
obviously
the
would be
team.
better than the next one.
Yeah, I mean,
it's a team-based
you
battle,
run
yeah.
out there with Mercy trying to
Yeah.
capture the point
Yeah.
against Reinhardt.
Right,
yeah.
That's your fault for not knowing how the fuck to play the game.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
So it's a matter of perception.
Yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. It's 1v1, 2v2, or 4v4.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That I played so far. I don't know if there's any other modes
Yeah.
or
Right.
not. Or
I'm
if
sure
it's
they'll
like,
add stuff when the game comes out.
Right.
1v1's a great way to just figure it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that would be cool. We could even go
Yeah.
just go 1v1 or 2v2 and just
Yeah.
kill each other and learn how to do it without
Practice.
having
Yeah.
to
Execution.
get executed and people teabag you or whatever.
Yeah.
I hate online. I hate people so much. So we could all just play. So yeah, there's lots you can do and single player. And for me, I like supporting new IP.
Yeah.
And this month is fucking full of it.
Oh
There's
yeah.
a bunch of new games coming out. Horizon is totally new.
So before we go there, to answer your question, yes, I will be buying it on the 14th.
Yeah.
If not, waiting until the 15th to play.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
what
I'm
are the
down.
motions for?
You're like, whether or not we're playing
Do I
it.
think? I mean,
So you can't just reference hand motions
Maybe
to an
not.
audio audience.
I think they can figure out that you're doing hand motions. Up and down, right,
but
left,
I could be
hand
doing
motions.
any. Okay,
Implying,
I could be
implying.
jerking off
I
right
was
now.
gonna say I
man.
could be doing like that thing, or like I could be like rubbing my nipples.
I think you were implying that I
Because
was.
it's like For Honor on February 14th.
I'm excited. We can jerk off. We can do anything. Whatever you guys want to do. It's your podcast. I'm just a guest
man.
here.
This podcast is going down really fast.
No, come on. People love this shit.
But yeah, dude, it'll give me time to get good at the game,
Right.
And we'll figure it out. But yeah, I expect that majority of us will be playing the weekend.
Yep.
After.
Correct.
Big time.
Correct.
So,
Big time.
So yeah,
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. We're already on to these topics now. We might as well just go through the rest of the month. There's a shit ton of games coming out.
Yeah.
Speaking of IP, have either of you heard much or seen much about Neo?
Yes. Yes.
that
Very,
Neo, that looks good. It looks really good.
very
actually.
excited for Neo. That comes out on the 8th.
7th.
So wait, so it comes out.
Nobody likes
next
to know
week?
it all.
Nobody likes to know it all.
That's why nobody likes me.
But
Regardless,
it looks
next
cool.
week.
I'm sure that the Dark Souls community is gonna be really excited, for a new Dark Souls style
Absolutely.
game.
And from what I've heard, harder than Dark Souls.
Yeah,
Which doesn't surprise me because Team Ninja, who are the developers, are Ninja
fucking
Gaiden.
Ninja Gaiden.
Ninja
like
Gaiden is
renowned
always
for being
been really
crazy
difficult.
Dude, yeah. Like it made me quit. Like I literally played Ninja Gaiden for like 3 levels. I'm like, this game is stupid.
I never
It's
played
beautiful.
it.
I know. The game is great, but
They're
it was
great.
fucking hard.
Never
you know?
They're
played it.
impossible.
Really?
Yeah.
They're fucking impossible.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it looks cool. I mean, for those of you who aren't familiar with it, it looks a lot like Dark Souls, but instead of being like a Western look, like medieval
Knights
Europe,
and
knights and all that, it is like samurai,
yeah.
which is fucking cool.
Yeah.
Fantasy Japan, you
Absolutely.
know?
Yeah.
And apparently it's like based on like true. I mean, obviously there's like monsters and shit in
Yeah.
it, but like the main character is actually a white dude.
Yes.
And I can't remember his name, but it was like based on a dude who actually ended up like one of the only non-Japanese to be led into the like samurai order or some shit.
Oh wow,
Okay,
shit,
yeah,
that's
pretty
sick.
cool. And then
Is his name Tom Cruise?
yeah, I was waiting for someone to get that. Yep.
His name Tom Cruise?
And instead of fighting a westernized Japanese military, you're just fighting fucking demons and
Yeah.
and ghosts
and
and all this
Oni
stuff.
and shit.
Yeah, and yokai or whatever.
Yeah.
But rather than when you would take like a Dark Souls game, for example, where there isn't really a story,
Yeah, like
but there is kind of, but not.
like a true Dark Souls fan is like trying to choke you through the mic right now.
Right.
Yeah.
But I agree with you.
Okay, but yeah.
I don't know. I'm not. I totally agree with you. It's like, oh, there's so much story. Well, they're doing a terrible job at dealing.
Yeah, right, exactly.
mean-
But you're saying Neo will have a more openly explained.
Well, what I've heard is it's incredibly. Apparently, the story is super Japanesey and nothing makes any sense.
God damn it!
They're like
You gotta
yell-
catch a
apparently,
fish.
like,
Yeah, you got your fish. Give it to a talking
Give it to a
cat.
cat.
dudes
doesn't
are like
have yellowfish?
yelling and like it's. I heard it's like whatever he was saying. Dan Tack at Game Informer was like it goes between like incomprehensible and like absolutely laughable.
Yeah.
The dialogue. So we'll see what that's about.
But I heard the gameplay. Most people buy those games not for the story, but for
Right.
the fucking
Right.
the difficulty of the game. And
Absolutely.
I heard the game.
For
is
me,
fucking
the
hard.
thing that got me to Dark Souls was the art direction. From Software has an amazing art department.
Yeah.
You know, like Bloodborne and just the look
Yeah, I was
and
gonna say
feel
Bloodborne.
of those
Yeah.
games.
Bloodborne to me
was-
stands out
yeah.
as far as
Yeah.
art.
Yeah,
just
dude.
a totally different.
Hell
thing.
yeah.
Oh
Hell
yeah, dude.
So I don't know. That's probably somewhere where Team Ninja doesn't have quite the
Yeah.
pedigree.
Okay.
Is artistic.
Yeah.
But their gameplay is supposed to be on top. Apparently, there's like a bunch more layers of like strategy in this game.
Okay.
Like your stamina bar.
Yeah.
It's called Ki. And when you get hit, you lose your stamina and health.
So you're
Not
fucked.
just your health.
Interesting.
Yeah.
But they do too. And like there's like a button combo you can hit after a successful attack that boosts it back up.
Okay.
So it's like you're adding like another layer of kind of strategic.
I like it.
And you can see their key bar as well as their health bar. So you know when they're out or close to being out. Then you can strike them and they can't do anything about it.
I like it.
So apparently it's like another level of challenge. It's not something I'm going to pick up immediately.
Yeah.
Really?
No, because I just... For Honor's coming out like within the week of that. And then Horizon comes out after that. And I know I'm not going to stick with something that hard.
No, you're right.
It's like maybe in the summertime
right,
it'll be like $40 and I'll pick it up.
A little tidbit about the original disbanded Team Ninja.
Please.
The guy, he's the guy that made. He also inputted into Dead or Alive, the fighting game.
Yeah.
And
You mean the beach volleyball game?
Yeah, no. With this guy, he was absolutely obsessed with getting boobs right. He was like his team were. I was watching a documentary about it with Team Ninja because they're infamous. In Japan, they're infamous.
Oh, yeah.
Because they make these hard games, but they're crazy. Like, the guy, the lead producer, director, or whatever, he just, before making Dead or Alive 4, he was absolutely obsessed with, like, the boobs just have to be perfect. They have to be bouncing, and they have to, like, have this, like, firmness about them. I was like, what? That game is so Japanese. I was like, I was like, focus on the game. But the game came out great.
They were usually pretty good.
Yeah, but I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, why is he
because
focused
the
on
Japanese,
that?
man, I don't know if they're just like making up for the fact that like most Japanese women don't have huge boobs.
Yeah.
They're totally upset about it.
I know, right?
Salty.
I was like, oh my god.
You got that, and you have Quiet from Metal Gear.
Yeah, I know.
They're all about just like these just slutty fucking like
And then,
the sluttiest fucking
when
women
he was
I can find.
when they were dressed with that, like, dude, why is she naked all the time? Well, here's the thing: she breathes through her skin.
Yeah.
So that's why
I
she dances
put my hands
naked
on my face
in the
and
rain. That's why.
That's why she's stripteasing all the time.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm like, dude, what? Why are you even questioning this? This is fine. This is fine.
I don't have a moral problem with it. I just have a problem with like you're trying to tell me your story is serious, and then you turn around and like I mean that's exactly the same. Like if you take like Last of Us, and you make like the main characters like that. You're like, wait, am I taking this seriously?
Yeah, no, right.
It'd be a much harder game to get through.
Ellie's running around in a bikini.
Ellie had a D cup.
Oh my god!
It's just like there goes that game just goes down the toilet. It's just,
Joel's a 20-year-old blonde.
I know.
Like Dead or Alive is. I mean, that's what that game's all about. That. Like,
Yeah.
That's what that's all
that's
about.
why he was like so obsessed with it. But yeah, it's just a little tidbit
That's
there.
funny. That's
But
funny shit.
I'm sure that's probably why Team Ninja was disbanded.
Yep.
You know, I'm sure that's why. But I mean, back to the topic.
So more games coming out.
More games coming out.
I'm curious to hear your thoughts on this, Kevin, because Halo Wars 2.
Yeah.
I feel like no one's talking about it at all.
Creative Assembly, man.
Have you heard shit about this game?
No, other than the video game awards. Not the video game. What was it? CES, I think it was.
CES?
Yeah, was it CES? Where they showed like actual gameplay of it.
And they have a beta out.
Yeah, they have a beta out.
And it's like on the dashboard of the Xbox. But I just feel like I don't.
Is the beta open already? Not open.
They have one of the game modes,
Yeah.
Blitz beta.
Yeah.
So now that you bring that up, I wanted to share. I have a coworker who is a big Halo fan. He claims to be a big Halo fan.
Yeah.
A general Halo first-person shooter fan.
Yeah.
There's so little publicity on this game.
Yeah.
He thinks Halo Wars is a first-person shooter.
Oh my god.
He doesn't know.
That's not his fault.
Yeah.
It's not his fault. Well, I mean, maybe if he was a little bit deeper, he'd know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
but he has no
if he's
idea.
truly a massive Halo fan, he should already know what the first Halo Wars
Yeah,
is.
because
Right.
Here's the thing. The reason why there's no publicity because the demographic that is going to be picking up Halo Wars 2 is very, very small. Because
But it can't be
why?
that
It
small.
shouldn't have to be.
They wouldn't make the game.
No. Because the reason why is nobody goes into like a console and say, I can play an RTS on this.
No, you're right.
Who the hell thinks I'm going to play an RTS on my Xbox One? Who? Like,
But
that doesn't
there's
make
people
any sense.
who want to, like myself, for example, who can't afford a PC.
Yeah.
If there's a good RTS on console, which there usually isn't, I'll still play it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But you're very few in number.
But there has to be-
RTS
you're right.
lovers are
I can't-
mostly PC
There
people.
can't be. I
completely
agree. I 100% agree. Otherwise, if that wasn't true, there would be more RTSs on console.
Yeah.
But Microsoft, these companies aren't out here really like, well, we'll just give them Halo 2 because we love them.
Yeah.
They
Right.
think they can sell it.
Yeah, they think they can
Well,
sell
and
it.
Halo Wars sold copies. If
Well,
Halo Wars was a fucking failure, they would not have made a sequel.
I think they're banking on the name itself.
You think so?
I think so. Let's look at your friend who's
Yeah.
an FPS fan, he thinks it's a goddamn shooter,
And-
so he might buy it.
No,
just
he's
for
going
the
to.
yeah, for the fact that it's just Halo.
He didn't understand what I was trying to tell him.
Yeah.
I don't think he knows what an RTS is. He's a very casual gamer.
Yeah.
But do you remember when Halo Wars came out and their trailer
Yeah.
was to Breaking Benjamin's Blow Me
Yes,
Away?
yeah, hell
and
yeah.
it was just fucking elites,
I was like,
fucking
fuck
mastering.
yeah. I was like,
but
dude,
they didn't
yeah.
show.
It was a
Yeah.
blur cinematic.
It was that it was over top
Yeah.
RTS. Like they're not letting you know. Hey,
Well,
by the way,
RTS gameplay does not look good in trailers.
No.
Like
You're right.
even on PC, like
Yeah.
they like Age of Empires commercials or whatever
Yeah.
like, showed armies
Total War,
fighting.
yeah.
All of them just show armies fighting,
Right.
like or trailers. You don't
Yeah.
ever see.
Just click, 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 click.
You know,
some guy who looks like Kevin behind you.
It's like,
just-
oh my god, this unit is so cool.
so I don't blame Microsoft for not.
I
don't think they're intentionally trying to deceive people.
No,
no,
you're right,
not
you're
at
right.
all.
But
I just
they
don't.
need to.
But they might be.
They have to do. Because that would just backfire. You know, that people would be like, "Fuck, I want to fucking refund."
No, you're right.
You know,
You're
lose
Whoever
their
the
mind.
marketing person is, I'm sure there's multiple campaigns out. They take the the gauge level of how
Sure,
you know,
like their
people.
heat map
Yeah,
or
the heat.
whatever.
Yeah, the heat map. I'm sure they've taken a lot since then, and they will gauge their budget for marketing depending on. Honestly, I don't think this game's going to sell very well
No.
for the
No.
fact that it's.
What
a
do you think
console
Microsoft
FPS.
want? You think they're happy with 2 million copies sold?
I don't
For
know.
Halo Wars
For
2?
Microsoft, no, they're not going to be happy for that. With that,
I didn't think
Do
so.
you think
Yeah.
you think they'll sell 2 million copies?
I don't even know if they're going to sell 2 million copies.
Because like I don't, dude, I'm a
I think
Halo fan. I don't
that's
think
what
I'm
I'm-
even gonna buy it on
I-
day one.
I
I
will-
will
I'm-
buy it
yeah.
eventually.
But I'm going to take the Neo approach for you. I'm going to wait till it drops on
Yeah.
sale, which probably
That-
won't take long.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm like,
Especially
people
if
they're
it's-
banking on
even
the
Halo
name
5 didn't
itself.
sell as well.
Yeah,
And a lot of
Whoa.
this, almost all of this, we can root back and we can fall into another rabbit hole.
Please. Let's go.
Almost all of this can be rooted back to the fact that like the Xbox was fucked from the game. The Xbox
Yeah.
One was fucked by fucking Don Matrick in the first place.
yeah,
And like, there's a huge group of people out there, just like there's all these people who think Halo Wars is a shooter, another
Yeah.
Halo game.
Right.
Yeah.
right.
There's still a massive group of people out there who are like, dude, that Xbox One's bullshit with the DRM. And
yeah.
no.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, like they still think like Don Matrick is the dude
Yeah.
there, and like they're all about TV and the
Yeah.
NFL. That whole disaster, they have still not recovered from
There's
that.
a lot
even
of
though they
people-
have.
Yeah, I still talk to people to this day that still like, oh, I'm like, oh, you can buy that new game. They're like, oh, is it coming on the 360? I'm like, no.
360,
What?
Like,
Yeah,
how-
they're like, I'm like, so you haven't upgraded? And they're like, no, I don't see why. I don't want the Xbox
Whoa.
One.
which is
I'm like,
insane.
yeah, which I'm
Whoa.
like, can you imagine if that was the case when the Xbox 360 came out?
Jesus
Yeah, you know,
Christ.
like that Xbox 360 was
well,
so
I think
successful.
Microsoft would have been out of consoles.
Yeah,
Right.
Because the 360 sold like over 80 million.
yeah, that's what I'm
units.
saying. The 360 was so successful for the fact that one, it was a gaming console that was cheap.
Yeah.
Like people could buy it, and then the support for it was great. Everything, the menus were great. The controller felt great. There was a lot of positives about
Yeah,
it. And the
absolutely.
reason why Microsoft might be suffering now is because of their PR, their marketing.
Well,
and
they're used to now. To be fair, yes, they were terrible
yeah.
at one point, and then what's his name? Help me think of the head of Xbox right now, Phil Spencer.
Yeah.
Thank you. I just had to
Yeah.
think about it. Phil Spencer. I mean, since he's come in and redone everything,
Yeah,
they've sold almost 30 million units now,
Yeah.
which is
Right.
nowhere even close to where they were.
Yeah.
So obviously, their
Yeah,
PR
it's
people
up.
have done a good job of
Yeah.
bringing it back.
Yeah.
And Xbox fucking updates that console every 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With improvements and improvement.
I know
and
that
feedback
for
and
a
feedback and
fact
feedback.
because every time I turn my Xbox on, I'm like, I
Ugh.
have to fucking update.
It's almost a problem,
Yeah,
yeah.
because every time Mason, I play like maybe
yeah, but
once
okay, you turn
every
your
few months.
Xbox.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So
That's the problem. That's the problem though, because every
Yeah.
time I turn on when Mason and I are wanting to play Battlefield,
Update.
for
Right.
example, I'm like, Mason, I have an update.
was-
Like,
this
which
was
is
last
weird.
weekend.
You
Yeah.
should- okay, so
Yeah.
you shouldn't have that happen. You should be if you just go into your settings.
Yeah, just
It
have
should
it
just
automatically
automatically-
download.
It should just just
But the thing is, I don't have it on like power saving mode, so I have it turned off. Just
like
turn off.
Right,
Yeah,
yeah.
okay,
I don't
okay.
want it. I don't want to be sucking up energy. I'm super
Oh,
cheap.
it doesn't take any.
But I'm super cheap though.
Yeah,
I do have for
probably
my PS4 as
like
well.
a 40-cent difference. On your
Kevin's
bill.
Kevin's broke as fuck.
It's almost no like there's studies have been done. It's almost no different.
To your point though about updates, if you remember on 360 when they would do those total rehashes to like their
Yeah,
interface,
overhaul,
to their main,
yeah.
how
Yeah.
great they were
Yeah.
every time. Like if you remember,
it's been the same thing. Like,
well, yeah. But when 360 first came out, do you remember it was like a file
blades.
a file
Yeah,
folder?
yeah,
And then
file
they
folder, yeah.
switched
Xboxes
over-
are just PCs. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was my point. That their updates are usually very good.
Yeah, yeah. The console has become better. In more recent
Oh, yeah.
year.
The last year and a half have been
Yeah.
they've been outselling even the PS4. I mean, PS4 has fucking dominated them. They won this generation hands down.
Right.
But month to month, they've been outselling them for a while.
Yeah.
So I mean, people are turning it around.
Yeah,
but
eventually
it's too
they'll-
late, and which is why
far
they're
too late.
which is why Scorpio's coming.
Yeah, Scorpio.
And it can't be a PS4 Pro thing. It's
Yeah.
going to be a brand new console.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
And there was some news about that. Like they came out and someone was saying, people were like getting concerned, like, oh, it's just like the PS4 Pro. That's bullshit. I don't want an incremental update. And they came out and they were like, no, this is the next generation console.
Yeah.
But all of your Xbox One games will be able to play on it.
Yeah.
It's like 100% backwards compatible.
That's sick.
Right, yeah.
That's pretty
So
cool.
they're creating new power. I can't wait to see what more of it. They said they were going to release this year. I think that's a bunch of shit. It's not coming out till next year.
Yeah.
I hope it doesn't.
No, yeah, they know
I want them
they
to
need
take
to
their
they need
time.
to stay
Figure
back
it
for a
out.
while. They're doing just fine, and by the time they're done, by the time Xbox One done, they should have sold like between like 30 and 40 million, which is totally respectable.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
So Halo Wars, I want to play it. I don't know if I'm going to buy it immediately.
Yeah,
None
not a day one.
None of us are
no.
thinking it's going to do very
Absolutely
well,
not.
which is sad.
Yeah.
Because Creative Assembly is fucking awesome.
Yeah, they are, and it looks good.
It does.
Honestly,
It does.
And I will play it because I did play the first
I'll
one.
play it
I
this
loved
year.
it. I love the first Halo Wars,
Agreed.
so I just don't. I'm not gonna buy a day one. It's not worth $60 to me if it's gonna be just like have the limitation of say a console and controller,
Right. No,
kind
you're
of thing. So, but yeah, just still not day one, but
No,
we'll see.
agreed. Maybe in a few months.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think we're
we'll
on the
see.
same page.
Yeah.
A very quick stop, because I didn't play the last one, but I
Yeah.
saw it be played by a few friends, and I actually really want to try this out.
Yeah.
Sniper Elite 4.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
Have you ever
Good.
seen that?
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
Sniper Elite series is fantastic. It's actually really fun.
Is that where you shoot and it goes in slow mo?
Yeah, slow mo. Yes,
the
and then X-ray
fucking blow the guy's
just
mind
shoot
up?
the
All right,
guy's jaws
I
off.
like it.
Like
It's a stealth game, though.
yeah, it's a stealth game, and like it's so funny when you shoot a dude's balls off.
Oh,
It's,
yeah. It shows their testicles.
What?
Yeah,
I'm in.
It shows the testicles like
I'm all in.
exploding.
I'm all in. Let's go.
Like, mostly people get like really mad and they're like, well, you're shooting Nazis. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. So yeah,
I'll watch a bullet split their eyeball then. But like, it's more than that. That's the thing. It's just like when Mortal Kombat came out with the X-rays.
Yeah.
Like, it's all anyone ever talked about. But it actually is a good game.
it is.
Oh, it's a
Yeah,
great game.
it's been a good series. And
Third person,
third one
yeah.
was really good.
Sneaking stealth and like, it reminds me of Enemy at the Gates. Like, if there's noises going on, you can
Yeah.
time your shots with the noises so
Really?
they don't
Yeah.
hear and they
Really?
won't hear
Yeah,
your
it's
shot.
very in depth.
It's
Actually,
really like a kind of a hardcore stealth franchise.
Wow. Now, I don't know how familiar you are with the Hitman games.
yeah.
Yeah.
Does it act like sandbox then? So
Yeah.
it drops
Yep.
you into kind of an
Yep.
open world.
Yeah,
Not
like
open world.
MGF's 5 or whatever.
Yeah, you
Right.
can just kind of take the mission.
A lot of different
wherever you
ways.
want.
Yeah,
you can
exactly. It's
complete
a
it.
big map, and you're
Okay.
just sneaking around. So the last one, last year's or 2 years ago, was in Africa, North Africa, in like 1942 or whatever. This one is in Italy.
Yeah.
okay.
So like the Alps and
Yeah.
the rocky
Absolutely.
coast and stuff. It's
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool geography for a stealth game. So I don't. There's not too much. It's coming out on the 14th.
Yeah.
For Honor.
Oh,
On the same day?
Really?
Same day.
Really?
Yeah.
what the hell? Where's the marketing for that?
That's interesting. Yeah,
I don't. I
know that.
feel like that game sells. I think it's got a dedicated audience.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And they
Yeah.
just don't.
like you were saying with Halo Wars.
Because
Yeah.
like it doesn't. I don't. I think the title is shit.
Yeah.
Oh, we're playing Sniper Elite 4.
Yeah.
Like, there's like 3 other ones. Like do I have to play all of them? Like this sounds like a fucking mobile game.
Right.
Yeah.
No, you're right.
Like where you're like
Yeah.
You control the scope.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it sounds terrible. It sounds terrible. So I don't know. Maybe it just doesn't. They just know who's going to buy it.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
And it's made by Rebellion, which is the developer who made the first and maybe the second Aliens vs Predator games. Did you guys play those?
No,
They were PC games back in the day.
Yeah,
they were
but
fucking awesome.
I played the
Yeah.
one on 360.
yeah,
That
that,
one,
was,
was
that was a
that was
port.
Rebellion too.
yeah, that was I think
No, that was an original. They
Oh,
made
really?
they made it was not a good game.
Yeah, it really wasn't, but it had
Had some cool moments.
Yeah, exactly. You played online with your friends. And stuff.
Yeah.
It was
Oh
cool.
yeah. But I think that was Rebellion as well,
Yeah.
actually. So they're all about that gore and stuff. So,
That's cool.
so Sniper Elite, and then the big one, in my opinion,
Yeah.
the big one for February is Horizon.
Yeah.
Yes.
Looks so fucking awesome. I have not been watching the trailers on purpose.
Real, no Let's Plays or anything.
No, God no. I
Are
don't
we,
watch
are we
Let's
name
Plays.
dropping? Kind of funny.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh yeah, I
just
know
dropped a
they
Let's
do,
Play
and
too.
I'm sure it's
Yeah.
good. But that's way too much. I don't
Oh,
want to see.
man.
I don't want to see all that story. Like
I don't want to see Listen.
You know, like
I'm very excited.
I saw the first couple trailers. And I was sold. I'm like, stop it. I'm ready. I'm good to go.
What
I believe in Guerrilla.
What's grabbing your attention? Is it the developer? Is it the protagonist?
All the above.
Really?
Honestly, yeah. I'm a big fan of something other than a bald white dude.
Yeah. No,
For-
A bald white.
I hate
How
bald white
many
guys
bald
as
white
much as the
dudes
next
are
guy.
Hey, you're sitting right next to one.
dudes.
So.
They're all in my family, so
And I'm not trying to get all like fucking diversity on you guys.
No,
like,
no.
Or triggered or anything like
Yeah.
that. But
Triggered.
I just think it's cool. I'm like,
Yeah.
sweet, this is different. You know,
Yeah.
I'm down with that. And
Absolutely.
the developer, Guerrilla, is awesome. I love Killzone.
Yeah.
And this is a huge departure for them.
Yeah.
Go from all these first-person games to a third-person, open-world, role-playing action game.
Yeah. That's
Totally
weird.
different.
Yeah.
So I hope they...
360 almost.
But everyone I've heard that has played it, that has talked about it, that I trust, says it's fucking awesome.
I'm very
Yeah,
excited.
that's good.
So
That's
like,
good.
cool. Like,
Yeah.
this is going to be Sony's next big thing.
That's cool. That's good for them.
How similar to Tomb Raider do you want this to be?
If it's the same, I'm happy.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
You were a huge
Tomb Raider
fan,
is
right?
a phenomenal. Those games are incredible.
First time I played Tomb Raider, I think I borrowed it from you.
The
remastered.
first one, quote unquote,
Whatever. Remastered.
the Crystal Dynamics one.
Correct. Yeah.
The second one was even better, like significantly better.
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know if you guys got to play it.
I haven't gotten to play it.
Fuck, it's good.
Really?
Yes. It's too bad that it was released on just Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really too bad, because that game would have won probably maybe one game of the year, maybe.
Really.
Yeah.
It came out in 2015. though. It came out with Fallout 4 and
Did it really?
Yeah, it came out between like Fallout 4 and
It
Call of
did?
Duty
That long
or
ago?
some shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was 2020. Was that 2015?
That was 2015.
Yeah, that's when it came out. Yeah,
It just feels like forever ago.
I,
When Fallout 4
just a
came
little
out,
over
it
a
just
year
feels
ago.
like- Well, it was such a dense 2 weeks of my life when Fallout 4 came out. I
There
didn't
was a
do
bunch
much.
of shit coming out in those like
much
2
else.
weeks.
yeah, though that holiday
but
season was
There was
crazy.
nothing else.
Yeah.
Other than Fallout 4
Fallout
at the
4.
time.
Yeah, and then we played it. And we're like, oh, this is
Yeah, well,
Fallout
it's
3.
Fallout.
Yeah. Right. The graphics are okay.
everyone looks like clay.
I like the base building.
Yeah, that you don't use them.
You guys liked it.
I apologize.
Speak for your fucking selves.
I didn't mean to drag you guys down that rabbit hole.
Dude, no. I honestly love the base building. It was just like an added element.
You really did, huh? I feel like every
really-
time we talked about it, you're like, dude, my base is like.
I love the
prehistoric."
idea
Yeah,
of it. I
I
just
was-
didn't think the implementation was that.
Did
good.
you ever get attacked? Did something happen?
Yeah,
with your
dude,
base
it does. For example, you didn't go with the synth, right? They would infiltrate your base
No
and
shit.
replace people that are in your base, and then you would have to
Shut the fuck
you would have to single them out. You would have to find out who's a synth and who's not.
I just
like-
kill everybody.
Dude,
Alright,
I know, right?
Let's get
It's-
out of the Fallout
but
4
no-
rabbit hole.
But no, that's what I'm saying. It's like it was pretty actually in depth. If you actually gave it a chance, but I get it. It was very basic
Yeah,
to be honest with
very
you.
It was good. It
Yeah.
was it's just for me. It was like just the physical,
Yeah.
like just trying to get shit to snap together.
Do you think
Like,
it-
no, I don't want it like this. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you just let me bend it like this?
Yeah.
I don't want it on the hill, like on the side.
Now, from someone, Kevin, you played it on PC.
Yeah.
Do you think that had anything to do with our experience with the base building, playing it on console, or was it shitty on PC too?
No, it was great on PC. I had complete control over whatever was connected and what position were they.
Yeah, to Ian's
snap
point,
in,
it was
yeah.
very hard to get stuff to stick.
I'm sure it was. You guys, I would not even I can't even imagine any sort of crafting game on console.
yeah.
Like it's just because it's the way that you want to build it. Like especially now for us, we want things in a particular way. You can't do that with a controller and
Right.
because with the PC, I'm be like, oh, I can maneuver, I'll jump over this and put it right there, kind of thing. But yeah, I can't even imagine how
I think you're
difficult
right,
it would be for a console player.
Yeah, it was fine. I just didn't like it when they forced it down your gullet.
Yeah, when they told you
Right.
build up your base for 30
Like,
people.
I don't have
Yeah.
more copper. I don't want to get more copper.
Oh, here's another thing that may have made my experience a little bit better. I cheated. So, I would go in there and, there's an actual cheat room on the PC. You put it, I get unlimited resources.
Really?
Yeah, I would I'll just let my
that would've been
imagination flow and just, create a bunch of... Dude, you should see my house.
It was like Minecraft.
Yeah,
created
it's
version.
basically like Minecraft with, so I
Yeah.
cheated. So, yeah, for you guys, I could see why, and for people that didn't cheat, I could see why it was so annoying.
It's very tedious.
So,
but to kind of use
yeah.
this as a segue to Horizon,
Please.
like you have, hey, look, it's on my screen right now.
yeah.
Yeah.
Horizon's cool because it's post apocalypse.
Yeah.
right? So you have the apocalypse or whatever caused our society to fall.
Yeah.
And you have the entire time of whatever kind of like, if it was nukes or whatever, the world has since repaired itself, and like human society is like back to square one.
Yeah, they're like cavemen.
Yeah, but you know, there's like these AI, robot, dinosaurs and animals. Yeah. There's like an ecosystem. It's just such a brilliant idea, and it's so original.
It is very original.
Sony's putting all their money behind it, and I can't wait. There's not a lot to say about it.
Just looking at your monitor now, you're talking about like post.
Yeah, like
looking at the vegetation.
This is like Fallout. You know, and then another 500 years or whatever, after Fallout, where the world would eventually rebuild itself.
Kind of take itself back.
Nature would come back, and
And I you guys are going to definitely hate me for this, but I have no interest in Horizon whatsoever.
No shit?
Yeah, I was like, no interest whatsoever in Horizon.
How come? Why is that?
I don't... There's nothing that grabs me about it.
Yeah.
I've seen trailers, and I've seen, like... at first, when it came out, I'm like, oh, that's a cool... I mean, I definitely appreciate it for what it is. Like, it's a unique idea and all that stuff, and great take, and it looks great and everything. I don't have any interest in that third-person stuff anymore. Like the Uncharted, Tomb Raider kind of play style, you know? I just don't... There's nothing that grabs me about it.
So it's like a whole genre.
Yeah, just that genre of games is just not a big deal. For me, it's not my go-to type of game.
Sure.
You know, so.
I feel like a lot of your time will be put into For Honor.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Which is third-person action.
Well, no, but it's ranked. It's competitive. That's what I'm saying. I'm a statistic type of guy. I like skillful, like ranked competitive games.
I think it's where Overwatch.
Yeah, that's why Overwatch, even Counter-Strike, stuff like that. The games that really like,
so it's more the single player, because I was gonna say Mass Effect is a third person.
No, it's more. That's true.
It almost looks, but
it's more like the parkour kind of like. That's why Assassin's Creed has kind of fallen off for me too. Yeah. So all that kind of like parkour, like jumping and doing all that stuff. It's not. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I used to be really into Assassin's Creed. And then Assassin's Creed 3
Assassin's Creeded you.
Yeah, Assassin's Creed 3 happened. So, and I guess it just stopped. And I know, like, Last of Us, I still need to beat that. I would rather watch somebody play it.
Yeah. Dude, I will do that.
Yeah.
I have offered that many times.
Kevin, you and I were talking about Last of Us. We have a lot of times. Yeah. I'm very upset about the fact that you've never beaten it.
But
here's what I think. I think no matter what you do now, you're never going to experience it like Ian and I did.
Yeah.
Like when it comes out and you play it.
Yeah,
I still feel like it won't. You might not have the same experience.
We built,
but I still feel like, that's the whole build-up thing. Maybe so. I don't know, because I don't think a game like that, like for you personally, maybe it was overbuilt, but it's not overhyped.
No, I agree with you.
The whole world thinks it's one of the greatest.
Oh no, absolutely.
I think Kevin is the exception.
Yeah,
I think because in his mind he just wants to be that guy.
I don't like the mainstream stuff. That's I've noticed that stuff. Yeah. Here's the thing: when people hype things, overly hype,
I feel like it's a hardcore gamers franchise, though.
No,
if you were to go on like the street and ask everyone if they knew what Call of Duty was, just about everyone would be like, "Oh yeah," and you would ask about Last of Us, they'd be like, "What?"
Well, yeah, no,
I wouldn't go mainstream.
No,
it's about as mainstream
100 million copies. GTA was mainstream,
right?
But here's the thing, though: for the story. Mainstream people that play games because it's art or it's a movie or something like that.
Okay.
Everyone knows what Last of Us is in that demographic.
Right.
Where for me, I'm like, I play games. Yes, I like story and stuff like that, but I also like to play games because I want to enjoy myself and play a game. Like for games that are like so heavy. Say cutscene or like just things like that. I'm just like I don't want to watch a movie while I'm playing a game, kind of thing, you know. But so I'd rather have somebody say, you know what, Ian, you're gonna play, and I'm gonna watch, and I'm in a mindset, and then I'm in a mindset that I'm just watching a movie,
and I would be there.
That's
because
to Ian's.
Let's start tonight.
I'm down. I want Ian to be completely right because that game, when you if you play it and you go in with the right mindset, Ian and I have talked about this. There's points in that game where you stand up out of your fucking chair and like you get sweaty, you get nervous, you get like excited,
absolutely,
you get scared. Like it's a crazy.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't doubt. I played a little bit of The Last of Us already.
Several hours.
Yeah, absolutely, and I definitely get that. But then the like heavy cutscenes, the heavy character-oriented cutscenes come through. Like it's overly dramatic for me. Like it's just like this dark. I don't know. I just don't. There's no connection between me and the characters. There's none. Yeah. Absolutely none at all. Like between Last of Us, I'm like, I don't really care about
like a movie like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like if I'm go in and with the mindset of a movie that you're playing, I'd be like, okay, maybe I can start liking these characters.
That's what you should do.
Yeah,
he's played it.
I don't. Here's the thing too. It's like I don't ever. The thing I would never do that if I felt like you were like doing it just to appease us.
No,
you know what I mean? Like,
right?
Don't do that.
Yeah.
That's what
I'm saying.
No,
that's what I'm saying. I want to try it, but it's just that I don't want to play it myself.
If you don't want to touch the controller once, and you would think you'd enjoy it. That's because that's the thing too. Like with Dead Space, I beat the first Dead Space, and I beat the second one, and then I went and hung out with Jeff. Jeff is back, and I watched him play through all of them, and like I almost had a better time watching him.
Yeah,
really.
I was so into it, sitting there.
Yeah, absolutely,
like totally into it.
And that's what
I love watching
think
games.
I can do that. Yeah, I think I can do that. So that's just something.
That's
a
cool.
little tidbit of me.
Right.
I appreciate that. I appreciate the fuck out of that.
If I could derail us for like a second.
Yeah.
Well, if you guys, not even derailing.
We're already derailed
because I'm a huge fan of you guys.
This train is rolling across the fucking field.
I am a huge fan of you guys. I listened to your previous podcast, and I got name dropped in there, which I appreciate.
I don't remember how you got named.
Kevin, I bought you Gone Home.
That
game.
Oh God.
Okay, I don't like that.
Yeah, I love Gone Home.
That's okay. So that was a good. That was a good ugh.
Yeah.
Usually your ugh are followed by.
Sorry, no, Gone Home is
so that game.
I haven't actually played. I haven't gotten it.
You guys didn't touch on it too much, and if you don't want to talk about it, it's fine. But that game was a crazy experience for me, which is weird to me, I think, because I can't relate to really any of it.
You're not a teenage
I'm
white
not
girl
a lesbian. I'm not.
Right?
I'm not a teenage girl, nor have I ever been.
Yeah.
I feel like the biggest part for me was relating to being a sibling.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that was a big part of it for
really
me too.
Care about.
That's a different type of take on a story narrative based game.
That's what I was asking you.
Because I'm playing the narrative, but I'm in the character and I'm reading things.
There's no cutscenes.
Yeah, there are no cutscenes.
Completely different.
And then it's just like all audio. And while the audio's playing, I can still move around, do things and stuff like that. I was never taken out of my game experience. I hate the transition between the two. You know, the only game I can make exceptions for are BioWare games. Those are the only times I like being taken out of a even in like. And say,
I think it's because you have ownership of you created the character.
Yes, exactly. That's another thing. Yeah, I have those characters are me. I'm playing that character, and it's modeled after me. Whereas Last of Us, like it's Joel and Ellie, and I'm like I don't have any connection between them. So I don't care.
Don't get me wrong. I wasn't comparing the two games. I wasn't saying
no. But that's a different take.
But I agree. That's another. Again, that's about perception and expectation.
Yeah.
So like, because I love everything that you do about BioWare games because it's my character and my character's in this cutscene.
Yeah.
And so maybe it really has to do with like what you were thinking beforehand.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
My vesting,
I don't look at Last of Us at all like a BioWare game.
Yeah.
Like
no, not at all.
It's like I'll be like, okay, I expect to create my character in BioWare, and Last of Us, I expect the writers at Naughty Dog just show me. Show me. It's like reading a book or I do think about it like reading a book or watching a movie.
Yeah.
It's not my story.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just getting to experience this incredibly written story.
That's exactly what it is. Like I like games where I can create my own story, my own narrative, everything like that, where I have control.
Right.
I might be like some weird control freak, you know. But that's
really
that's a
cool.
good point. That's a good point because like I never thought of it like that. I never thought about it like that. I'm like I tend to steer away from games.
Assassin's Creed?
Yeah, exactly. It's Assassin's Creed. I was going to bring that up. Assassin's Creed, Uncharted. Games that I don't have any vested interest in the characters.
Yeah, they're literally just journeys for you.
Yeah.
So is that a Witcher thing too?
It may be, yeah.
You know what? Actually, customize your Geralt.
That's actually a good point.
It's
maybe
Geralt's story.
Yeah, that may be another.
You didn't get to create your own Witcher.
Dude, we just broke a barrier in my thinking. I don't understand what. I was like, damn, that makes sense. My thinking is, I want to play me. I want to be in this world, not this character.
Yeah, this is Geralt. Who the fuck is Geralt?
Yeah, no, I was like, okay, wow. I just had a self-realization right there.
Kevin just had a breakthrough, people.
I know, right?
We're fist bumping over there, right?
We have a fist bump.
Because, that's really cool that we know that.
Yeah.
Because, we used to be like, we would, fight over this, you know? Like, dude, Last of Us is not overrated.
Yeah. Yeah, there we go. I think, I could never find the words to describe how I wasn't interested in it. Now now we figured it out.
That was cool.
So yeah. But yeah,
well, from here on out, then I will play these games with you.
Yeah, no, right?
Come over,
let me just watch you play,
get
man.
some snacks.
I know, right? Just
take a fucking seat back, dude, and I'll take you on Naughty Dog journeys, bro.
It's because that you know.
Maybe you'll enjoy those experiences that way.
Yeah.
If you don't, that's fine. Yeah. But that would be cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool
Give it a chance
if you could still experience it.
Yeah.
Along with us, and who cares? It's like watching a Let's Play.
Yeah. Exactly. Let's Play. Yeah. Because a lot of these games, I would just rather watch.
Let's Plays. I was gonna say,
like, didn't you say you watched Uncharted on Let's Play and you liked it?
Yeah.
Because you weren't thinking.
Yeah, I wasn't just watching some.
You're like, it was really good.
Yeah. I just watched some guy play.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go play Last of Us.
I know, right?
So do we want to get back into regular topics now?
Yeah, we're good. So we're at 54 minutes.
Do you guys have like a limit?
No, we just want to. You don't want.
I don't want to go hour 40, but if we can do another 20 to 25 25 I'm good.
Then that's my fault. I never get to talk to you guys.
We've gone through. That was awesome though.
Yeah.
This is what podcasting is all about. This should be they should play us in a fucking psychology.
They'd be like, "What is wrong with this Kevin guy?
This Kevin guy is fucking fucked up in the head, man." We're like, "God damn!"
But by the end they're like, "Oh,
yeah,
I get it. I can relate with that because that's what I just did."
Yeah,
I went from being frustrated with you for not liking these games to being like, "Okay."
I guess I'm completely selfish in like more than one sense. Like I want to be part of this universe.
I don't think that's selfish. I think that's it's just the way that you prefer to interact with the media.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't like anime. It doesn't mean I don't think anime is good.
Yeah. Right.
You know what I mean? Like
absolutely.
It's all artwork. It's pure artistry, and I have utmost respect for that. Mm-hmm. But the way in which they tell the story doesn't connect to me.
And I'm sure someone like Kevin has watched anime that made you experience crazy, emotional.
Hell yeah!
But like if I were to watch it, I'd be like, "What? What?
You're like, what? You're like, what? I don't give a fuck."
No, I did like Code Geass.
Yeah. Oh, Code Geass, dude.
What?
That's the only one.
Can I get that word out loud again?
Code Geass.
Okay.
It's one of the only few animes that has actually ever made me like tear up a little bit at the end, and it was like.
So it didn't quite do that to me.
Yeah, see, that's what I'm saying.
But I made it from A to Z without ever giving up.
Yeah,
right?
He did.
I was like,
oh yeah,
that's fucking awesome. Yeah. I was that way with.
So maybe that's how you'll be at the end of Last of Us. Like, cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was that way. Now that I can't even remember the fucking names, I sound like an idiot. But with the giants, like the crazy
Attack on
Titan. Thank you. Yeah. I watched season 1 of Attack on Titan. It was awesome.
Yeah, I think it's just you gotta find things that you like about some certain thing, So I would definitely
experience something in a different way that you didn't originally think.
Exactly.
Like maybe I should try playing some super Japanesey JRPG.
Yeah.
Because I don't like watching anime.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll enjoy playing.
Jump back to it.
Right? Just like you might enjoy Last of Us by watching it.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll move on.
That Final Fantasy VII remake.
Yeah, no, right?
Moving on to news.
All right. The actual important things of this podcast, and not like.
That's all right. Fuck it. I don't care.
Talking about games
that was awesome.
That
was cool. I'm down with it. And I just need Taylor. If you're out there, you're gonna need to come up onto an episode and do that noise.
Dude, we just record yourself and we'll use it as a soundbite from just all the time.
Because I always try to do that. I'm like a little 4-year-old. Like they like once
try to mimic it.
Once someone does something that they just want you to do that over and over.
Yeah.
And like anytime I make that noise, if Taylor's around, I look at him. Like, can you do that?
Yeah,
he always does a better job of it. So let's hop back to BioWare. I'm gonna read a little quote that we got.
Yeah.
This is from January 31st. Aaron Flynn, the head honcho at BioWare.
Yep.
I'll read the whole thing because it's short. So, quote: "As we're working hard to finish Mass Effect Andromeda, I wanted to take a minute to talk about our new IP. IP is intellectual property. For those of you that out there.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Mason. As our CEO Andrew Wilson mentioned, we are creating a unique IP that will bring players together in exciting new ways. There's much more to say in the coming months, but for now, I wanted to offer this additional background. In 2012, we began crafting a new universe full of new character stories and gameplay. Our ambition is simple: draw upon 20-plus years of development knowledge and lessons to create something fun and new for you to enjoy with your friends. There's nothing quite as exciting as building a new IP from scratch, and it will be even more thrilling for us to share more with you in the future."
Mobile game.
So
fuck you.
You can get out of here. I'm sorry, you don't.
Go ahead, bro.
Well, okay, no.
Give me your fucking reaction to this. This is weird for me.
This is crazy. What stood out to me You only gave me like 30 seconds to read these articles before we started the podcast. Thank you for that.
Dude, it gives you a different perspective.
So what stood
I'm
out to
fucking
me,
learning it over here. I just spent all this time like researching, and you're gonna be like, you're reactionary right now.
I'm here to be the fall guy.
The color commentary.
The color white guy.
Yeah.
So what stood out to me, what you said was with your friends.
Yeah.
What does that sound like?
Because I also read it like that.
Yeah, there was a long pause, a lot of dramatic.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
This could be bad.
You remember the attached multiplayer to Mass Effect 3?
Really?
That actually was pretty successful, actually.
Really?
Yeah, it was.
It was good,
Yeah,
actually,
it was actually pretty good. And it was very
wasn't it survival?
Pure co-op.
Yeah.
Kind of like, it was basically like
Horde
Gears
mode.
of War.
Yeah, it was like a Horde mode.
Okay.
Yeah, and it was actually decent, and
could be cool
people
with
liked
Mass
it. Yeah. With
Well,
Mass Effect,
an interesting thing, now this could mean anything, but he did say still full of new character stories and gameplay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking...
So if it wouldn't be just a straight up like multiplayer, I don't think, because it sounds like they still have a universe and a story to tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a BioWare, like a Destiny?
Yeah, like almost kind of like a Destiny kind of type of game.
Dirty word around these parts, but...
Which is odd because we're in the minority.
Yeah. I know, right?
I feel... Here we go. I feel like we are in a minority as far as we don't play Destiny because of the problems we had with it.
Yeah.
But if you talk to almost anyone out there,
Yeah.
there's the group that discovered it afterward, and there was the group that was like, "What's fun?"
Right.
Yeah.
And there's a lot of people out there who are like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah.
Right.
It's just a lot of people who are like, "I agree,
Yeah.
but I like it anyways."
It's
And they're
still,
just
still
like,
a good shooter.
It's,
You're right,
it's
yeah.
fucking Bungie.
Yeah.
It's one of the best shooters. I love playing that game.
You're
like,
right.
it's just not what we wanted. Right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be some sort of like take on a new multiplayer game of some sort.
With your friends.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it,
Like an Overwatch.
I didn't love The Division,
Yeah.
but that was the second or third highest selling game of last year.
Yeah.
And
It dominated.
recently has had a resurgence. Huge.
Yeah, with all
Huge
the
And
DLC,
that's
yeah.
Ubisoft's, right? So that's Ubisoft's platform multiplayer co-op shooter.
Yeah.
Activision,
Yeah.
Destiny, platform
Yeah.
multiplayer co-op shooter. So EA owns BioWare. EA needs one of these.
I think
one of these games, right?
It sounds like to me like an version of Overwatch. Like,
I feel like
with
Blizzard
yeah.
is their version of that as
yeah,
well.
yeah,
Every major publisher has this sort of like
Yeah.
this game that's about playing with your friends.
Yeah.
And there's some of them have
Competing
story
or
and some of
something,
them don't. And it's like an RPG
Yeah.
mixture of stuff.
Yeah.
And EA does not have that, so they
Yeah.
have to compete with the Division and Overwatch and Destiny.
And when you bring up Overwatch, you have
Overwatch
to...
is a little different than those.
Well, right, and I was
obviously.
going to say the biggest thing about Overwatch is that it's a Blizzard game.
Yeah.
And realistically, whether or not you're a huge fan of those games, Ian, I know you're not crazy about Overwatch, but you
I
respect...
still want to play it. I
Right.
just haven't had the time, and if I'm going to spend money, it's not going to be on a multiplayer shooter.
Exactly.
Right now.
The thing about Blizzard, though, is they kind of make perfect games.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, they
They
make
take 200 years to
Yeah.
develop them.
But yeah, no, because like you're right, they don't have a story attached to Overwatch, but I'm actually vested in those characters because of those little short
They're
films.
full of
Oh,
personality.
Oh my god,
Oh,
those
just
short
full
films.
of
Their
personality.
dialogue alone.
Yeah, the
just talking to
dialogue.
each other.
Yeah, dialogue or even
I had a
short
fucking
films.
blast when I played that
Yeah,
game.
Overwatch is fantastic.
Dude, I like those characters, and I think they did really well. So I'm thinking whatever BioWare has in the works, it may be something to that effect. So that's what I'm thinking.
I'm thinking it's going to be more. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be closer to the Division.
Yeah.
Because they're EA and Activision and Ubisoft they're biased toward consoles.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And
I think,
Overwatch belongs on the PC.
Yeah.
I know that it's on the console,
Right.
but it's a PC game.
Right,
Yeah.
no, you're absolutely right.
And I think like I think EA is trying to compete with those two.
Yeah.
That's my theory on this whole
Oh, you know
thing.
what's another game like that? That Rainbow Six game.
Siege.
Yeah, Siege.
Yep.
Siege,
It's
yeah.
another game like
Yeah,
that.
it came out kind of bare bones,
Yeah.
but the gameplay was unnailed,
Yeah.
and they've built a community, and they've since
yeah.
added a bunch of shit
Yeah.
to it.
In a strong, maybe not a huge community, but a very loyal community. A lot of streamers, a lot of
Yeah.
big time streamers and YouTubers.
Yeah.
Balls deep into Siege.
Yeah, I know. They love it. Yeah,
Yeah.
I've heard nothing but good things from people that play it, and they're like, "This game's really solid. These are very good mechanics, very good. You know, they have they're adding new stuff to it constantly." So, yeah, I think it's gonna buy.
That's kind of been the new thing of this
Yeah.
generation. This is like when we look back at this generation in
Yeah.
10 years, it was the dawn of that like weird hybrid
Weird niche
multiplayer
or
co-op
niche, yeah.
single
Yeah.
player games as services.
Yeah.
long running, like whatever you want to fucking call those. They'll have a name at some
Which is
point.
good. Which is, I think, is good.
It's sort of good. I mean,
It's-
for me, like Destiny and Division were both really disappointing.
Well, yeah. But
It's
for-
like Division, you're running around, you're like, I just put 800,000 rounds into this dude's left eye, and he died, and then I was awarded with a beanie and a glove.
But that's that kind of game. It's that loot game. I mean, you're right about
loot is cool.
And the boss battles.
Destiny loot's way cooler. Your guy looks like a fucking space wizard.
Yeah, space wizard.
And then Division, you're like, I got a backpack.
You're right.
I get
Like,
that. But the mechanic that you're complaining about is the 800 rounds. I get that, but that's their way of compensating for a boss battle.
I know that.
Yeah,
it just didn't really.
Yeah, you don't like it. No, I totally get that. I didn't like it either, but
yeah, that's why we all kind of trailed off. But a lot of people like when you dedicate to a game like that, people dedicate. Those are like MMOs. I mean, people who literally just play Destiny. That's it. That's all they play.
Thousands of hours
into one game. They're just playing forever.
They fucking love it.
So that's awesome. You know?
Good for them.
I just hope that if they're gonna have BioWare make a game like that, it might be just like ESO was the first MMO to get me.
Yeah.
BioWare might be able to make the first style of this game that
gets
us.
So I'd be down. I'd be really
I'm
down.
really excited. March 2018, too, that's right around the corner as far as games go.
Yeah.
I'm so glad they haven't even announced it yet.
Yeah, we're just
E3, I would assume.
Yeah, I'm assuming E3. They'll just let you know that
trailer drop.
There's something in the works, just so you keep an eye out for it.
Absolutely.
So
they know what they're doing.
Yeah.
All right, moving on to the headlines.
What's up? What's next?
This one probably won't have too much conversation, but I found it really, really interesting.
What is that?
ZeniMax, which is the company that owns Bethesda, the publisher.
Oh yeah.
So do you guys know who John Carmack is?
Yeah, the guy that made Oculus.
He helped make Oculus, and he was a main dude behind Doom.
Yeah.
The original Doom, not id. Left id and Bethesda, and ZeniMax just recently sued him for taking ideas and copyrighted technology to help create the Oculus Rift.
Because apparently he did sign a non-disclosure, and then they were originally I want to say something too. Originally, ZeniMax sued him for $2 billion. Yeah, $2 billion. $2 billion, and then $2 more billion for punitive damages. Yeah, so they settled. They got it to $500 million. So this case has been settled. Wow. Can you tell me that the fucking lawyers, whoever worked that shit out,
they always amazing?
Do that. Is that not amazing?
You go way up there and you work your way down.
Is that shit not amazing? $500 million is peanuts to peanuts to these guys. Right. Yeah. And they're like, I'm like, that's a shit ton of money.
Facebook owns Oculus.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like,
Facebook lawyers.
Facebook farts and they lose more money than $500 million.
If Facebook's using the same lawyers that they did to get the original Brothers,
and they still lost.
Yeah, and they still lost.
That shit's legit, right?
Those lawyers are fucking good.
They're good, and it may have just been straight up, just obvious. You totally stole his tech. They did come out and say, it's in here somewhere, that they came to the conclusion that the stuff that was stolen was not technically used in the final build of the Rift. Yeah, but it was still used in the production and the development of the Rift. But quote from Digital Trends. Attention was drawn to the fact that ZeniMax started its legal action just weeks after Oculus was bought by Facebook in a $2 billion deal. So they bought $2 billion, and they were asking. Sammy argued that the company deserved $2 billion in compensation, and that Oculus should be subject to a further $2 billion in punitive damages.
Hell yeah!
They won $4 billion from that.
Get after it, man.
Mark Zuckerberg has that, man.
But I think they do that. They go way.
Because they know it's coming.
$500 million. I mean,
that's not
for ZeniMax though.
Yeah,
that's what I'm
for
thinking.
A game development.
The
company.
effect it has on ZeniMax rather than Oculus.
Dude, I was immediately like, oh man, Elder Scrolls Online's gonna keep going.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe that'll pay for the new engine they can build Elder Scrolls on.
Yeah, make the fucking.
Please give that $500 million to Todd Howard.
Yeah, dude, because his engine is so fucking old.
It's old, man.
It's old as fuck.
It's time to move on.
Yeah, goddamn.
Elder Scrolls 6 needs to be on a new engine.
Yeah, dude.
It has less flying mammoths.
I know.
All right, so we'll move on from that. I just found that to be super interesting.
Absolutely,
yeah.
And kind of a big deal in kind of like legal.
Absolutely.
So Square Enix and Marvel Entertainment.
This is really exciting.
Quoting Polygon here. Quote, Square Enix and Marvel Entertainment have partnered to create multiple games based on the Avengers franchise. The companies announced today a debut teaser for the project can be seen above. That's there's a little YouTube link in there. It doesn't show any gameplay or anything like that, or even a name. Yeah, but it shows. It says reassemble.
Yeah, reassemble.
And it shows like the shield and like rubble.
Here's what I think. If you guys haven't seen that trailer yet, you should go see it.
I would like to point out as well before he speaks, Kevin is wearing a Captain America t-shirt.
Hell yeah.
Get it,
Kevin. So what I think is this is going to be after the the Infinity Wars, where everything's just like in freaking shambles and shit, and you have to reassemble the Avengers.
They have said these are standalone. They're not part of the MCU at all.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
not part of the MCU. They are, which I love.
My theory's out of the door, but
they are not part of the Marvel. Not part of the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
Dude, can you imagine Deus Ex but Marvel?
Well, it's Crystal Dynamics as well.
Oh shit.
It's Tomb Raider.
Oh.
So there's a series of games. There's different games being made simultaneously.
Yeah.
Two of the developers making two of the games are Crystal Dynamics, the new Tomb Raider games, and Eidos Montreal, who made Deus Ex.
Yeah. Deus Ex, fucking Captain America, punching through walls.
Absolutely.
So the sub-story on that is that the Deus Ex franchise has been put on indefinite hold.
Yes.
I don't think we're going to see another one.
Because that was a fucking travesty of a launch that they had.
Mankind Divided?
Yeah, the Mankind Divided. They were like, it
reviewed really well.
It got mixed though. I read people that just did not like it.
I guess you're right. It was kind of all over the board.
Yeah, it was
I haven't seen sales figures for it.
I haven't either.
Probably not great.
I'd like to.
Probably not
right?
great.
Yeah, right. I'm like,
that's too bad though, because like I was gonna go back and play it because I had that sound glitch.
Yeah.
So I was gonna go back and restart and play it, but now that I know there's probably not gonna be a sequel.
Yeah, there's no point.
I don't know that I'm gonna go back and play it.
There's no reason to invest.
That was my $60 right now.
But you liked it, right? When it came out.
I was liking it until the glitch happened.
No, tell me what happened. We didn't talk about this.
Okay.
You and I haven't.
So
the most ridiculous thing.
It's like I mean, it kind of makes me sound like I'm just like a bitchy little there's like children dying of starvation, and I'm bitching about this. But, so I was playing Deus Ex, Mankind Divided. I was like 5 hours in, like not too far, enjoying it. I'm into you know me. I'm all about the story, man. So the story was cool. It was a mystery. There was a bombing at a substation, and you were just investigating who did it. It was really cool, actually. So I was playing whatever, and then at one point I got onto like a computer screen. So I was on this computer screen of the game, and I'm hacking it or whatever. And during it, all kinds of computerized noises, button presses, and lots of little beeps or whatever. And there was one that was like a little clicker thing that I was using to hack into this computer. It was going. That was the sound effect. So. Computer screen backs off. I'm in this stealthy environment, but that's still there.
No.
It's not even that loud. That's the thing. It's like really quiet.
But you can hear
it. But it's like, did you ever leave like a fan on in the house?
Yeah.
And then like hours later you turn it off and like your ears are like, and it was like I couldn't get rid of it. I uninstalled the game, kept the saves, but uninstalled the game, reinstalled the game. Still there.
Really?
Menus, dialogue, action, stealth, the whole game, constant.
No way.
I couldn't get back far enough. Yeah. It like implanted itself into old saves.
No way. Oh my God.
So I was like, "Fuck this!" And then other games are coming out. I just uninstalled it. I was like, I can't do it. I can't play it.
That's
and I never went back. And I was like, "Oh, I'm totally going to go back because I was enjoying it."
Yeah.
And now they're like, "Well, they're building Marvel games, and we're probably not going to make another one because Mankind Divided didn't sell."
Yeah.
And so I'm like, "I'm not going to play it now."
Well, that's on them.
Because that was supposed to be a trilogy, and that game was good, man. Those games, those were really cool games.
Yeah, they were. I liked them a lot. I liked the first one a lot.
So too bad.
Unfortunately,
yeah.
Another series.
They weren't. They weren't. Like they were never even close to my top 20, top 30, top 50.
It's still enjoyable.
They were enjoyable experiences, but that's fine. I'll just replay Witcher later. Still haven't played all the DLC.
It's a palate cleanser.
So that was that. So Marvel games with two excellent development teams.
Yeah, look out for Marvel.
Marvel and Disney. They're doing the same thing with the Marvel movies or with the Marvel games. Yeah. They went out and they got good AAA tested developers. And good developers.
What about Insomniac and Spider-Man?
Dude, I know, right? That game looks
Spider-Man
sick.
is Sony.
It's a Sony
because of Insomniac.
Okay, right.
And so
it's because Marvel in the 90s sold Spider-Man to Sony.
Oh no, I'm not saying it in relation to this news story, but I mean in general.
But
we haven't seen shit from it, but Insomniac's phenomenal.
Yeah, right. So I'm excited. I have high hopes for it.
Everything Insomniac's touched the last 5 years has been gold.
Yeah.
Sunset Overdrive, which I didn't like myself, but was a great game. Yeah. And Ratchet and Clank was awesome. They've just been nailing it. Cool.
So we're on the same page.
They're gonna
high hopes for it.
They're gonna knock that shit out of the park. All right, and then we're gonna end on this news, which we've already done a video on our YouTube channel about.
Go see that.
Name drop.
So the Elder Scrolls Online this last week announced their Morrowind.
Yeah.
Going back to Vardenfell. Massive expansion, and this is like I was like in the video I was likening it to. It's not like the expansions we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Which was like 10 to 15
things,
hour. Or
gameplay.
I'm saying
Yeah.
If you guys I'm sorry to do this. If you go and watch those, I say like 58 times.
We should have a counter.
Seconds.
In the comments, if you guys can guess how many times he said it accurately, we'll send you guys a gift card.
I don't know if I've been doing it this entire time, but I just caught myself right now, and I'm wondering if it's when I talk about Morrowind. Because I did it a lot there.
You just get excited.
I do. I really do, so I start losing my vocabulary.
Is this the video you guys were watching when I showed up?
No, that was a different one.
No, that was someone just modding the fuck out of the original.
Oh, okay, cool.
This is
Elder Scrolls Online
standalone
ESO
expansion, right? Am I right?
It's like when World of Warcraft releases like Legion.
Yeah.
It's like a whole nother platform.
Okay.
So new players can jump on at that point.
Yeah. Cool.
Old players can bring their characters in.
Yeah.
But it's separately packaged, separately sold.
Really? Okay.
If you've never played it before, if you buy the $60 version, you get the base game and Morrowind.
Okay. Cool.
But if you're someone who owns it, you can buy the digital version just for $40. Yeah. Let's just add that on.
Cool.
But it's massive map.
Yeah.
Like it's not just he took the height map. They got the height map, so it's like the topographical map of Morrowind, and they put it into the game. It's the exact same landmass from Elder Scrolls 3 Morrowind.
Jesus,
that's fantastic.
Because in Skyrim, the Dragonborn DLC, we went back to
Solstheim.
Solstheim, okay.
Which was a DLC, which island in DLC of Morrowind.
Oh, I see.
Because Solstheim's like a little island between Skyrim and Vardenfell.
Oh, okay, I see.
Where like the Nords and the Dark Elves will meet up and trade.
Yeah. Okay.
So this is Vardenfell. This is the main. This is where you take place. You're going to see Balmora and Seydanin and the city of Vivec. Do you guys remember like that big pyramid places?
Yeah.
It's like in construction.
Yes.
Oh shit.
My God.
So it's because it's 700 years.
Yeah, before. Yeah. Wow.
This whole game is like 700 to 800
years.
This is
before. Really, really cool.
Yeah, it's a whole new. They have, like I said, they have old packaging, everything. It's all being sold as a new platform.
I think Mason and I are thinking about getting back into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's why I was going to ask Ian, because I know you're pretty regularly on and off of ES. Not on and off.
I play it more than just about anything else right now.
That's what I'm saying. Is you're regularly
it's dominated my Xbox.
So what does the player base look like in that game?
Well, according to them, it's like super successful.
Really?
They were saying millions of people, and I was wondering, do they mean millions of people
have
active accounts, or millions of people who log in once a month or more, stuff like that? I don't know those numbers. They're not going to tell you those numbers.
Yeah. No, of course, and that's why I was wondering, because I know we spoke earlier about like the Division having a resurgence recently with new DLC. Yeah. Is this maybe their attempt to get that audience back?
Well, that's what I'm saying. No, I don't think this is an attempt to get an audience back. I think this is a sign. I think this is a sign that it's doing well. Okay. Because before, with all these tiny little DLCs they're bringing out, like Dark Brotherhood and Thieves Guild, right. which were cool. I haven't played them yet. I will eventually. But those, that's expected. But this is for Bethesda to. This is going to cost them tens of millions of dollars to develop this.
Right.
And for them to go through that kind of effort, I don't think you put that kind of effort into a failing game.
Yeah. Absolutely not.
I might just be blinded by optimism and my love for it.
Yeah.
But, anytime I log in there...
I thought it was Obsidian. Isn't Obsidian the one that made the ESO?
No, it's ZeniMax Online Studios. It's their only game ever.
Okay.
ZeniMax Online Studios has made one game. It's been ESO, and they've been making it ever since.
Okay.
But Bethesda is the parent.
Yeah, right.
So it's weird. ZeniMax owns Bethesda,
Yeah.
And Bethesda's the publisher like Activision, EA, Ubisoft.
Yeah.
And then it gets confusing because you have Bethesda Game Studios, Bethesda Software Development, which is Todd Howard and the Elder Scrolls and Fallout. So it gets confusing with the names. So Bethesda is the overriding company. The development team is ZeniMax Online Studios. Okay. They're the developers.
Right.
With Matt Firor, who's like kind of like this lovable nerdy guy.
Yeah.
He's like, "Hi, I'm Matt Firor."
That's who we need, though.
He's really cool. I like him a lot.
That's our hero.
I'm interested in getting back. I'm like definitely. I know that you because the reason I am interested is because you talk so highly of it, and
I love it.
That's what I'm like. Because I honestly, when I first started playing it, I did like it. I like it.
Yeah, you and I were playing it together. I still have that same orc.
Oh yeah.
That's my character, dude.
Oh, that's right.
We had this buddy ranger, and he just like abandoned me.
Yeah.
And I have since on become the hero and saved the fucking world.
I was like, oh yeah, because they didn't. So the story behind this is they didn't have an archer class for some reason. So I had to make my own archer class.
So
like,
that we didn't understand the game very well.
Yeah.
I think that's what was happening, because it's unlike any other MMO or very traditional Elder Scrolls, but like a role playing game.
Yeah.
Because the classes don't determine what you do in combat.
Okay.
Generally. So like, for instance, any class can be an archer. Okay. A mage can be an archer, because you have an archery skill line.
Okay.
So you can have an archer. You know, if you have a bow and arrow, I said, again, there it is. I'm trying to. I'm going to point it out until I just cut it out of my vocabulary. So you can have your archer. That skill goes up. That's your main physical weapon, and then you can be a mage. So you're just hitting it with lightning and shit.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can be. Your class is sorcerer.
Yeah.
And you use archery as your
main weapon.
So there is no archer class. Any class can be an archer.
I see.
It resembles Elder Scrolls.
Yeah.
What you do is what you're good at.
Okay. Cool.
So there's less restriction.
All right. Cool.
In that. So it's just a different way of.
Yeah.
One could say you market this game better than they do.
Yeah.
MMOs are hard to market, man. I mean, because when you tell someone it's an Elder Scrolls game, and Elder Scrolls, people might think it's some nerdy thing, but Skyrim has sold over 20 million copies.
Yeah.
Everybody plays it.
Mainstream.
Yeah. Everybody
dude. That's fucking mainstream.
Yeah.
So if I tell a more casual gamer who's played Skyrim, maybe Skyrim was their first Elder Scrolls game.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, it was.
Yeah. And I tell them, dude, check out Elder Scrolls Online. They're not going to like it.
Yeah.
It's not quite as pretty.
Yeah.
The gameplay is not quite as good.
There's mic spammers.
What? I just turn off.
I know that.
I turn off.
That was the most annoying thing about that game for me.
Absolutely.
I'm like, shut up, kid.
It's very easy to leave that.
Yeah, I know.
It's 2 button clicks. You're off the main channel. You can't hear a thing. But it just depends on what do you guys like most about Elder Scrolls games?
Just the lore. I love the lore, and
you love ESO. Then.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I enjoy it.
Pack full of it.
I enjoyed it.
Yeah, the lore and the fact that for whatever reason they grab you in a way like that you can just keep playing.
Yeah,
just literally keep playing. I played Skyrim for something over like 300 hours.
Yeah.
And I was telling Kevin I never beat any of the quest lines.
Yeah, no.
I could have
fucking insane.
Check it out.
You no longer have any permission to bitch at Kevin about Last of Us.
Shut the fuck up, Cassie. If you're listening, you know I have commitment issues. So I think that's what this stems from. I think it's what it stems from. But that's why I've gone back recently. And in 30 hours, I've already beaten Dark Brotherhood.
Good.
But yeah. So my original playthrough, to your point or to your question rather. There's just something about them that you get involved in that world. It's something you can do for so long.
Yeah,
it's a perfect mix of all these things. I mean, you've got the art direction. They somehow Bethesda just makes these worlds. It looks like where I grew up.
Yeah,
it's not really that Skyrim. It's not like it's some crazy. It looks like Washington.
There's not crazy but
mushrooms. It looks so. You just feel like you're outside.
That's the part. Like you feel immersed.
The music is a huge part of that. I feel like it's totally underrated. The music that's playing in the background all the time.
Right.
It just like creeps its way into your fucking soul. And you just come across shit that's happening in the world, So that doesn't happen quite as much in ESO, but it's fully voiced. It's full of really good story. And the world it has the same effect. The music's beautiful, and the world it looks like it looks like it. It does not look
honestly,
like a cheap.
It's one of the few games in the few MMOs that I've played in the last say 5 years, maybe even 6 or 8. That's one of the few that actually have immersed me in the world.
Yeah,
like it's crazy. Like you would think MMOs would make that their main priority to immerse you inside the world, but a lot of them aren't successful about doing that.
It could be because they already had it.
Yeah,
right.
You know, they didn't have to make everything from scratch.
Yeah.
I mean, how many? I said, again, there it is.
Man,
hey, I'm fixing the problem by pointing it out.
That's right.
It will stop.
It will stop. You will it to stop.
But all of the lore that you can get in the mainline Elder Scrolls games, talking about all these battles of history and all that, well, they just pick up and like, okay, here it is.
Yeah,
it's historical, and at first, there it is again. Fuck.
Yeah.
Fuck. Sorry. Anyway, I'm gonna stop talking for a minute. It's great. Elder Scrolls is awesome. I mean, it's just like an Elder Scrolls game to me. In the ways it needs to be to get me to play it.
Yeah.
You know,
I'm down.
Yeah, the sword play is not quite as good.
Yeah.
I don't care.
Yeah.
Right. That's not what you play.
It's a little MMO-like, and you've got the little skills on the bottom. Yeah, it's not a perfect representation of Elder Scrolls, but what it does, like Elder Scrolls, are the reasons I play Elder Scrolls in the first place, and is why I'm just as addicted to ESO as I am to all the mainline games.
I'm down.
Boom.
We're playing.
Sold me. Let's go. Play right now.
I'm fucking down with that.
Well,
I haven't played it for a while.
PlayStation.
Sorry, yeah, that's right. Damn.
Told you to get it on Xbox.
Look, here's what happened.
I was like, hey man, I play that shit all the time.
What happened? Didn't you get it on Xbox the day after I got it on PlayStation 4?
Yes.
I was telling you that I was going to do that though.
No, you got it on PlayStation 4 because my brother
I did. I was like, I'm going to
his
switch.
copy.
Yeah, because I was like, dude, I'm thinking about switching to Xbox because it's just where I play most of my stuff. And I knew I had some other people who were asking me to play it.
You're right. And here's what my brain was probably doing. Ian's probably going to be over this game pretty soon.
Yes.
Kevin's new to it. He's fresh.
Yeah.
Here's what really happened. Kevin and I played once. Ian plays all the time.
Here's what really happened. You can't fucking download the goddamn update.
It's not my fault. I can now. I have real people internet now.
So that was have
you played it since? Have you guys played it since the One Tamriel update came through?
No, I haven't.
That makes a huge difference.
Yeah. Because, like, literally, one day, I was like, Mason, let's play. Let's hop on. And then I'm playing, I'm in the world.
It's like a 30 gig update.
I'm like, yeah, and Mason's all like, dude, I have an update. Let me send you this picture. And it fucking says 999 hours of download.
That was on their shitty internet, though. Yeah. Even with good internet, though, I mean, it's bigger than most games of last generation.
Yeah.
We probably still wouldn't be able to do it in the same day.
They removed all gates of, like, skill level, the entire world skills to each individual player, even in a party.
Oh, shit.
So that you're, like, almost in different instances.
Oh, wow.
Because Tim and I are playing. He has, like, a level 10 Templar, and I'm a level 37 Orc Dragon Knight. And we're doing the same amount of damage to them.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
That's sick.
So it allows you to group up with anybody. So a level 50 can, get their buddy to play, and they join level 1, and they can run through shit together.
Diablo 3.
Yeah.
That very same thing.
Yeah, exactly. And took cues from
Fantastic
Diablo.
example, yeah.
But, I think that pretty much wraps up this whole podcast.
Ian's getting impatient over here, too.
I'm just double-checking the time. Because we said we didn't want to go to 140. Like, oh, well, we're at, like, 129. Good job on the improvement.
I know, right? We didn't want... we'll be an hour, We'll be like 30 minutes of bullshit.
I told you, like, before we recorded, Kevin, you're like, oh, what, 30 to 45 minutes? It's like, well... Probably an hour.
I mean, that's before I came to a self-realization.
That's before we broke Psychology 101. Oh, let's go play Last of Us.
Let's go play Last of Us.
I'm so down.
Are you in that right state of mind?
Yeah, I'm down.
Are you down to watch the Last of Us?
Are
you down to watch the movie Last of Us?
I know.
Oh, I love the way you said that.
I literally
hide the controller and everything.
I have nothing to do tonight, so I'm down.
And I know Alyssa's going to flip out and want to watch as well.
So then let's go. Let's do it right now.
All right, guys, we're going to go play Last of Us. Yeah. Sorry, we're going to go watch the film, the independent film.
The independent film.
Last of Us.
The independent film by Ian Williams.
Directed and written by Neil Druckmann.
Before we close it out,
okay.
I'd like closing thoughts here, guys.
Okay.
First off, thank you for having me.
Absolutely,
dude,
man.
anytime. Bro.
I hope you guys keep doing this. I am one of your OG fans. Just remember that.
I know, dude. Mason's literally the only one listening to everything.
Tim watches before he got a job in an office.
Yeah.
You and Tim have been the oldest, most dedicated.
Yeah. Shout out to Tim.
But I know Tim doesn't want to be.
Shout out to Tim.
Yeah.
But either way.
No, yeah, dude. We want to do it where we have a guest. I think 3 people is the perfect amount.
I agree.
Ian, myself, and another person.
There will be some that you and I will do.
Oh yeah, but I think it'll be nice to have like that other person here we can bounce off of. So I think
get different perspectives.
And if this does well, please have me on some more.
Yeah, no, dude.
I'm super bored.
Honestly,
if you need someone to
Kevin and I were just talking about like this one. We didn't ask anyone to share this, and this one got our last podcast. Got shared so much, and the last couple of videos.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's because we kind of took a break for the month of December. We didn't really put anything out.
Yeah.
But I've been putting stuff out, and they're getting views, and people are sharing and liking and commenting. Like, please keep commenting and doing that. That's
really
cool to see that.
We really appreciate you guys doing that. A shout out to like Matt, David. You guys all been like really great supporters. You know, we really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for liking and sharing, especially.
And please keep doing it.
Yeah, no. You know, we're always here to collaborate too. If you ever need us for anything, just let us know, man.
Or if you have like requests or like something you want to know about.
Yeah, just let us know.
And I am plugged into the matrix of gaming news.
Yeah.
So like if you guys ever have questions or whatever, just throw them up on there and I can probably answer them or throw you a link to the answer.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of become my thing. This is like my outlet for all of the other podcasts I listen to. Yeah. Like some of the things I'm saying, I'm kind of stealing.
Yeah.
Oh, not on purpose. No, but I'm not purposely stealing them. Like I'm going to say exactly that. Yeah. But like I'll hear some of my favorite podcasters talk about stuff. I'm like, he's so fucking right. I want to talk about this.
No, you're absolutely right. Anyway, enough about you. Enough about you. Let me get back to my spiel.
I'm sorry. We did cut you off.
Let me get back to jerking you guys off. I hope you guys keep
doing
this.
We didn't record this video.
Well, we could. Never mind. I hope you guys keep it coming. Keep the podcast coming. Anyway.
Heck yeah, man.
We will, dude.
Keep doing what you're doing.
I love doing it.
Have me on again, please.
Hell yeah.
Because I'm bored as fuck.
I'm bored.
If you need someone to edit your video,
we'll pay you in McNuggets.
Don't even pay me.
Pay you in McNuggets.
I'll put on something nice. I'll walk around. It's not a big deal.
So I'm down.
Regardless, I know we gotta cut this thing off. Yeah. So thank you guys.
So
again
we got right to about the same length as the last one.
Yep.
And this will be up on Monday. Because I now have kind of the shit figured out.
Yeah. Cool.
And I still need to figure out iTunes and stuff. Yeah. It was weird. It's like you need an RSS feed and stuff. I'm like I need to teach myself all this stuff. So for now, it's on SoundCloud, and then we upload it to YouTube.
Yep.
So 2 platforms. SoundCloud you can still access on your phone and listen to in your car and all that shit. So
you don't even have to download the app. You can just listen. You can go to the link. You listen it through the app.
It'll just automatically play on your phone. So.
Yep. Cool. Thanks, you guys. Appreciate you guys chilling with us. And
we'll see you next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Man.
Later.
It's hot as fuck in here.
Holy shit, dude. It's like a sauna.
We're losing weight, boys.